We ain't gonna get popped for this.
So, what's going on, assholes?
Hey, guys. Been a while.
How you dicks doing? Oh, did we already get hit with an explicit? Whoops.
Oh, shit. Well, that's all right. We're not. I've already hit that checkbox. We're not marketing.
We're not trying to make money off of children.
No way.
Like the rest of you.
You fucking jerk. Look what you did, you little jerk.
It's the last, it's the last Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast of 2020.
I thought we'd just go ahead and get it out of the way, yeah?
Well, it's either this or kick the can down the road to next week, and next week's fucking New Year's. That's a holiday I take serious.
Yeah, that's not one to record audio ways.
That's the big boy. I'm in a lot better spot to do this one this week than probably where I'd be next week.
I know it's fucking Wednesday.
Although saying that is kind of weird considering how drunk I am right now.
And I'm like rather jealous.
I got off of work at 1, as I do, and but I don't have to be anywhere for like 12 days. And so I came home, so I was going to take a nap, but I was too happy. And so I started making margaritas about 1:30 in the afternoon.
There you go.
As we're recording, it's like 6:30 something at night. So about 5 hours of margaritas. I switched over to Budweiser to slow down for this stuff to talk to you, the people that make this happen.
Yeah,
you know, the assholes.
Feel the mirth already. I already feel it.
Hope you cocksuckers really enjoyed 2020 because I survived.
We made it. Well, I mean, you know, we're still in the throes of it, but we made some headway.
I think things are all right. You know, we had a lot of releases that we kind of fucking appreciated, and you know.
Yeah, man. I mean, gosh.
Musically, 2020 was actually pretty great on the studio shit. If you want to catch a live show, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the trade-off, well, at least there was something that we got to at least hear some people connect that we never thought would get together to do anything. Like Claudio Sanchez getting together with those folks and fucking covering Rush.
Yeah.
That was cool, man.
That little asshole with the weird kiss face paint. He's all right in my book after this year.
Not bad for like bringing. He's like a Joe Silva matchmaker for metal.
I mean, I'm going to hate him after this year, but yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that guy probably does wear on the nerves a bit.
I bet. Anyway, hope everybody is tuning into this right now. Probably checking it out sometime, either Christmas Eve, Christmas Day.
Christmas morning.
Day after Christmas, which I like to call the Christmas post-eve. The Christmas postscript, the PS of Christmas. And into the weekend, which is the BH of the Christmas holiday. You know what I'm talking about.
That's right.
That's what it is.
That's right.
But then into the next week where it's like an entire just a wasteland of nothing to do, except enjoy your
enjoy the fruits of your year.
Yeah, which I was going to say enjoy the people around you. Is like I'm not really doing that. No. Matter of fact, I'm kind of doing the opposite. I'm kind of checking out this year,
and I think that's probably for the best. Fucking get a breather from the realm. Everybody needs one every once in a while.
A little weird. I'm not calling out my brother, although. But it's weird to me because never before have any of my siblings actually tried to do anything Christmas oriented. This year was weird. It was like a text from one of my sisters and a text from Daryl.
Yeah.
So hey man, what do you want for Christmas this year? I don't know. Actually, I don't think you got to worry about it because I think it's going to happen. But I just want to be left alone. That's where I'm at.
Well, you know, what do you get the man that has everything he wants?
Yeah, I mean,
some peace and fucking quiet to enjoy it.
And I'm kind of starting to understand how the universe works a little bit. As you get older, actually, all the shit you want, you're not going to ask somebody else to get it for you because it's too fucking expensive.
Yeah.
All of my tastes are now at the point of well, I want this and I want that, but God damn it, I'm not. That's $700. Oh, you want to give me some? There you go.
Got a couple ideas for you.
Yeah, but man, it's. But actually, I'm impressed because of the fact I thought after my mother had passed here a few years ago, I thought that that was going to be it, and I thought there was going to be a complete breakdown of any, sibling communications.
altogether.
Yeah, I thought it was done. And no, I still got 2 get a hold of me, so that's all right.
Pretty good, man.
It's all right. Now, one of them, granted, a sister of mine, she's retired now, so she's got more time on her hands, so
True.
she does hit me up more and more, but which is like, great. Well, if you want to hang out, that's cool because she's been here. You've met her,
right? Yeah.
And she likes to apparently hit the highways and stuff like that because she doesn't have a whole lot else going on. So there's that. Of course, Daryl. We always go to Austin. He does not come here.
Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time for old Daryl T. Robbins. What's it? Does he have a middle initial?
It's not T, but yeah,
it sounded good.
What was the clean and dapper guy's last name is on The Odd Couple?
Oh fuck.
Oh wait, no, that's the other brother. Actually, Daryl's middle name is Roger.
Roger.
Which is a middle name and a verb.
Yeah. Middle name, first name, and a verb. God damn. That's a trifecta right there.
I was thinking of the other of his twin, actually, for the other one. Yeah, Tony Randall. That's the other, but
hey, strong.
The R's are strong, right? and you can roll them if you're from anything other than a white culture.
If you got the ability, if you have the fucking ability.
So it's the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast, and I promised myself I'd never start a sentence with "so," and I've been pretty good right until just now.
Well, now we're talking.
Yeah,
now we're talking.
There's a lot of margaritas under my belt. Actually, looking at the levels of where all the liquor is at, it's a little shocking that one man kind of took care of some of that shit on an afternoon on a weekday.
That is pretty good. I mean, it would require a little bit of explanation as to maybe why. Because if you had work in the morning, people would be concerned.
Yeah, it might be like an intervention or something like that.
I mean, I come in and I see you looking like a fucking honky macho man getting pounded on margaritas. I feel like either someone retired or someone's going to be dead by morning.
I was aiming for like a Maynard thing, but I guess I missed. But
Well, you have to lose the shirt.
Have to go
you
fucking
totally topless, bro.
I ain't doing that.
You gotta go topless
December.
if you're rocking the Maynard fucking glasses and cowboy hat.
Yeah, I'll do that when I'm doing chores.
There you go.
Give all the ladies around here a look.
That's right. Let them know what fur.
Let them know what they missed out.
Let them know what they really missed out on in 2020.
Like, fuck this lockdown wasn't so bad. Look at that asshole.
That pasty mad flesh over there.
Shit. Well, anyway, so we've done really nothing on the Mead front. As much bluster and bullshit that we usually talk about, we've got really nothing going on. Although, we're going to have to do something. We have no batch to put in that barrel, and I'm not curing that asshole again. So, our Green Man batch for 2020 being the weird year, the only thing I think is going to get bottled this year is going to be Troublemaker, and that's only because I have the Cobalt bottles to do it.
I see nothing wrong with throwing that right back in that barrel and getting it cooking again.
Yeah. Now, granted, the problem is that oak is going to take on the flavor of green chili for a batch or two.
Yeah, but, man, if you think about it, well, basically maybe we'd have to just make a straight-up bottle of long ships, kind of like we used to. But, again, that barrel is a house barrel. That's not getting bottled or sold to anybody.
Right.
So it's going to be a little bit of Green Man, a little bit of fucking long ships on the back end. That doesn't sound too bad.
Right. And on top of that, this batch of Green Man isn't that, I didn't go that crazy with it. So it's not like there's going to be a bunch of heat settling into the oak staves on the inside of that barrel. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, whatever drying will be minimal and fucking won't last.
I think so. I just don't want to recure that barrel. That's all.
That was a job. Man. That was an endeavor.
That was a long. I had to order shit from fucking Norway during a fucking pandemic when nobody knew what the hell was going on. It took like 2 months to get it in, but that was that whale blubber.
But it got here.
Yeah,
it got here right when we needed it to.
But yeah, so that's what's going on with that. We'll bottle Troublemaker. I'd like to bottle it Christmas Day because you're coming over Christmas night, right?
Damn right.
That'd be all right. I can do that shit Christmas Day. I got nothing else going on.
Yeah,
so,
shit, right.
Sanitize some bottles and bottle on Christmas night, and we know exactly when the hell that thing was done because, December 25th can be kind of a big day for a lot of folks.
Exactly. Exactly. Someone was born today, right? Someone savior of mankind, something like that. I don't know. Doing a hell of a job these days.
Happy Festivus.
That feels like more of a real holiday than Christmas this year.
Festivus for the rest of us, you know. And actually, as it turns out, there was actually like a writer on the Seinfeld show whose folks apparently had this wacky-ass fucking little holiday they did, kind of like against the commercialism of America and all this other shit in like the 80s and 90s. And he actually was a writer for that show, The Strike.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And introduced the whole concept of Festivus for everybody else in the world. Because apparently it was too wacky to keep that shit under his hat, so had to pass it on to everybody else.
Damn. Okay. That's a weird fucking tradition.
Yeah, but apparently 23rd of December is considered to be Festivus, so...
Well, I feel like I got a lot done on my Festivus day.
So I feel like the airing of grievances is... well, it always precedes like the feats of strength, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't have an aluminum pole, but, you know. Figure if I did, I'd probably be inviting more ladies over.
That's true. But then you'd have to bolt that shit down. You wouldn't be able to just break it out for the holidays. It'd be there. Not that that's a problem.
There's worse problems to have, my friend. Worse problems to have.
I know, man. I got a gift from my bro that I've brought over for the meat haul.
Right.
And it's a bottle of something that I've wanted to get for a long time, but availability became an issue. And then when it became available, cost became an issue.
Right, like $50.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's
$150 if you want a special batch 100 a dish.
It's the Blackened. Your boys from Metallica. Now, have you actually cracked the... Yeah, you did. Okay.
Yeah, I'm drinking it right now.
Oh, right.
Speak.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I saw you drink it somehow with shot glass, and I was like, fuck, I don't know.
I couldn't wait.
I can't keep track of shit around here. So.
I would have poured you one, but I feel like you can enjoy this one firsties. You know what I mean? Like before margaritas and beer.
So what are your thoughts then? So you're the first person I know that's actually had Blackened.
It is ridiculously smooth.
Really?
There's really no kickback burn once it starts making its passage down your throat.
See, because that proper 12 turned out being a fucking train wreck.
That's trash. This, I'm shocked. I'm literally shocked. It's a little sweet, which usually...
Well, it's a bourbon, though, right?
Yeah. It's aged in black brandy cask. But the sweetness, like if it was sweet and tough to drink, it'd be a drizzling shits. That sweetness coupled with the smoothness of it, I'm impressed. I could see myself just sipping on the fucking shot glass of this all day.
No, until you start stumbling around like I've been doing on margaritas this afternoon.
Well,
so,
and not to mention, this is, what was it? Batch 91. Yeah, batch 91. So every batch has its own playlist.
So now this is the shit that they like would blast Metallica music at the barrels as they were aging, right?
Sonically doing something. I don't know if that's the case. Fucking makes a pretty smooth fucking bourbon. Not bourbon, but a pretty smooth fucking just whiskey. It's fucking ridiculous. But I was a little bummed when I saw that the arranged playlist for the batch I have was made by Lars. I was like, oh, this is not going to be good.
Yeah.
Lars doesn't know what good music for Metallica is.
You want to sue a bunch of like internet music companies today? Is that what you want to do?
So I pulled it up and fucking 8 songs: Creeping Death, The God That Failed, Bleeding Me, which is like one of my top 5 fucking Metallica songs.
Right.
Sabracadabra, great fucking Sabbath cover. Master of Puppets, Until It Sleeps, Judas Kiss, and Sweet Amber. Not bad.
Whoa. Master of Puppets is in there?
Yeah.
That's in the top 3 of their best shit, yeah?
Oh, yeah. And that's like my second favorite song.
Yeah. Right. All right.
A lot of fucking early era Metallica shit.
I think you go James Hetfield's like selections, though, in order to get the real, the shit that'll get you fuckered up, right?
Well, like he did batch 90 as like Damage Inc. Okay, Here of the Day. All right. 4 Horsemen, Things Should Not Be, Motor Breath, Lords of Summer. A lot of more of the obscure shit. It seems like Robert Trujillo just always tries to make it a perfect blend of everything that people remembers.
Whether he was there or not.
He put I Disappear on one of those. Like, damn, that was on a soundtrack, motherfucker. But yeah, if I had to give it a rating, give it a 5 out of 5 just sounds too pretentious. Just like, it's Metallica whiskey, and I'm a Metallica guy. I love it. 4.5. I'll give it 4.5 out of 5.
Which is way better than what I thought it would be. I actually thought about buying a bottle when we were in Denver.
Yeah, because it was right there.
Yeah. I thought, well, shit, let's go and check it out. You know, I mean, me and you and Brett, and we could, you know, talk myself out of it because it was like $54.
Yeah. And not to mention, we probably would have had that whole bottle murdered.
Yeah, and it would have taken away from all the other shit we were drinking. So
yeah, we already had drinks.
We went through a ton of Budweiser up there. But anyway,
as we do.
So that's the Mead update for the week. So how's your week?
Fucking Christmas week, man.
Okay.
It's busy.
Are you a Santa's helper? Is that what you are?
I feel like I'm helping. I don't know if I'm helping Santa, but I'm helping.
Like Satan, maybe.
That's Satan's helper, yes.
Transpose a couple letters around.
That's right. Just give him the old switcheroo. I don't know, man. Like it's been all right. I guess the holiday blues kind of set in for me today, just because a lot of people coming in to buy weed been real bummed out.
Really?
Bummed. Yeah, shockingly bummed out.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. So what? You ready for Christmas? Fuck no, bro. I ain't ready for shit.
I don't know. I'm after counting it down for a very long time. I'm here. I'm in the maw of the beast.
Yep.
And no, I'm just looking forward to eating like shit and drinking way too much for several days ahead.
That's how you burn the end of the year out. That's how you do it. That's how I've been doing it for years.
Yeah, I didn't wear myself out on turkey this year, so Christmas, that's what I'm doing. I bought one of those turkey breasts. We'll see. I've never had to fucking prepare one of those. I'm always a full bird dude, but I wouldn't go full bird this time.
Full bird dude. No. Always been a full bird dude.
No. I'm only doing the big 4. I mean, I'm not doing like cranberry sauce and that shit. There's no rolls to be had.
There you go.
Turkey, potato, stuffing, and gravy. Big 4.
Sounds all right to me, man.
And then I'm going to try to live life right, starting in January, and get a little exercise in. You know, exercising demons.
Always working on that. Always working on that.
Yeah, I get a lot of exercise around here.
Well, you know, hey, it's always good to have goals.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I actually, that's the fascinating thing, that I feel a little guilty, that I feel like I shouldn't really be enjoying what's coming up here in the next several days, but I am. I'm literally looking forward to sleeping as late as I want, getting up whenever the dog wants out, right? Because he's usually the harbinger of that shit.
Sure, of course.
It's going to be kind of cold here over the, well, not the next couple of days, but it'll be cold next week. That little asshole's going to want to be out there like 2 minutes, back in, go back to bed. That's it.
That will
rise when I want, throw together maybe some weird combinations of like breakfast and lunch. Not the normal brunch combos, mind you. Like, I don't know, like mashed potatoes and scrambled eggs, right?
I'm going lunch fist. Sounds like some weird German tradition.
It sounds like something that probably goes on and like or used to go on to the Playboy Mansion, maybe. Lunch fist.
It was like an 80s punk band, right? Played in the grotto.
I think it actually might have been, yeah, right. Right up there with the old dinner foot. Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah, if you want to stop listening to shit now,
Hey, we're burning this out proper. This is probably the solid of just straight up conversation. Same conversation we'd be having over there, only we'd be getting way more fucked up.
Likely. We have no LJ this week, right?
No,
because I didn't tell him shit, yeah. So I feel kind of bad.
Nah, well, you can feel bad about that. That's fine.
That was I felt like that was kind of on me, except for the fact that really it's you that communicates with that guy. So maybe I could put all this on you.
Blame me.
Yeah.
Blame me. I'm like Jesus.
There we go. Yeah, right on them big broad shoulders of yours.
That's right.
You know, Sam Wise Gamgee.
And then when I die, I'll die for all of you.
I don't know about that shit.
But when I come back, I'm fucking shit up. That's right. Coming back and laying down the law. There ain't gonna be no question if I came back. You'll know.
think that's starting to cross a certain line with some people, right? Is that lady friend of yours still listening to the show?
I doubt it.
Okay.
I doubt it.
Oh well, fucking let's let loose with the revelry of crazy shit then.
I mean, we're already set on Satan's helper. I mean, how much worse can it get?
Like hamburger helper, that'd be worse. That's one step worse.
I was just about to go into a tangent about hamburger helper.
Although it's a weird hand with a clown nose on it. Can it be trusted? I don't know. It could pleasure you, but it's probably going to make it like a fucking like squeaking noise.
Yeah, but you'd only need one. Some pretty big fingers.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I would expect a fight if there were two of them, right?
You don't want to see him balled up into fists.
Like, I believe I'm going to go for the one on the right. He usually wins. Unless it's somebody I'm really not familiar with, and it might be the one on the left.
Then we got to actually do the legwork. Got to take care of that shit.
So Christmas memories, things warm, things to, fire up the old memories with and shit like that, like Bing Crosby or Frank Sinatra music. Or
I remember one Christmas hating my parents for like a solid month.
Was that like a year ago?
No.
That's an asshole play on my part.
Thankfully, the want of like presents and shit, that need is past. But there was one year, fucking got it was an envelope. I'm like, oh, this sucks. There's never anything good in envelopes,
right?
And I open it up, and it's this card that says Merry Christmas, and inside it says the holder of this card is entitled to one free Nintendo game. Ooh. I was like, oh shit. So we fucking next day go to Alco, and I fucking get Super Mario Brothers 2.
Holy shit.
And while I'm there, I'm like, hey, I know Christmas cards are like $6. Why don't we fucking go buy more of those and get me some more free games? I mean, we're here. Of course,
it doesn't work that way.
They
right?
wrote it down in there. They wrote it down in the card. That's what it was. It was just a plain-ass Christmas card that they wrote like, you get a free game, bitch.
Yeah.
Where I thought that was a mass-produced thing that Alco would honor. I'm like, let's play this system, motherfuckers.
I'd say let's buy 100 of these bitches.
And I was so mad for a whole month until they finally had to tell me the truth out of that one from Santa. Wow. And that's when I found out Santa wasn't real.
I wanted a go-kart, and which would have been great.
Damn.
But I was like 5. And it's
a go-kart at 5.
Yeah.
Well, I was shooting.
I wanted a 2-seater though, because me and my nephew Greg were kind of tight. So I wanted like a 2-seater, fucking like really, it's a go-kart they had in like the Sears Roebuck goddamn Christmas catalog shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted like when I was like 6, maybe 7. I don't know, but I wasn't very fucking old. I was like already going like, yep, it'd be a sweet ride. Sweet ride.
Imagine all them bitches I can pick up.
Right. I don't even think I developed an interest in women like for another 3-4 years after that. So the oddity of like is like just tearing ass around the yard and having a good time. Yeah, I already saw why the old man wouldn't have been fucking happy about that. But
oh man, I don't know. That's just a weird goddamn time.
No wine and cheese social here this year, as we've done in years past.
It did. It lived on in a spirit a bit.
Yeah,
a bit.
We did a gift exchange instead, but yeah. It wasn't the same. It wasn't a bunch of strangers all pulling up with their bottles of wine and shit like that and hanging out and like 20 goddamn people in my house. So.
Oh, man. I know. I'm ready for the holidays to be done.
I would say that, except the fact is I'm going to really really enjoy the run through the whole thing. Not participatory, but just as a witness,
Just as the soaking in of the time.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, because I think Christmas Day, I'm going to drink probably about a gallon of mead and,
that doesn't sound
sleep all day and, wait until the evening time comes along. And
wake up at the crack of 6 p.m.
Actually, I don't know. I also thought about doing like a movie marathon on fucking Christmas. I don't know. Now that fucking Lord of the Rings is on Hulu, I might just throw that bitch on. That's 12 hours.
Hey, there you go. Shit, yeah, man, that ain't bad. They're the extended versions?
I think they're the standard theatrical.
That's fine, too. Really, the extended versions didn't bring anything.
Because I think the extended versions, I think were really sold for an exclusivity for like DVD and Blu-ray, as I think they do. I don't think networks or any streaming services ever go to get the rights to those. Only based on the concept of how those were sold. But.
Yeah, gotcha. God, man, it'll be all right. It'll be a fun day, regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Can't
get
any worse.
Throw together some turkey that day and be all fine. And then Saturday, I'm gonna throw together chili Colorado.
Beauty.
Yeah, and then launching me right into a Sunday where I got fucking nothing going on, and I don't have to be up early the next day for nothing. Ooh.
That doesn't sound bad at all, man.
This might be a weird break.
It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a fucking rejuvenating one for you.
Although I am going to go back through and listen again to all those goddamn remixes for the Black Stallion release to see if I'm missing anything, which I don't think I am, but... We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, who knows, man? You might find something in there you like on a second go through. Now that you have little to no expectation.
Now it should be noted, Deftones Chino had even said, "Look, this is all our favorite shit, and you're in kind of a weird little niche if you like all of this, because this is the shit we like." Basically noting, look, it's nothing on it. If you don't care for it, right on. That's great. Carry on, do what you got to do. But this is some shit we did with some friends of ours that we're big fans of. So there you go.
Yeah.
Having said that, I'm still not a great big fan of all of them except for two.
Right.
I think that statement also is problematic because I think it does draw a lot of people into the idea that, hey, I am a fan. Chino said what this is about, so, I buy that. Yeah, I'm a fan. Yeah, I don't think I think you're trying to please people at some point. Stop trying to please everybody.
Please yourself.
Well, yeah, especially not in public, but that'd be great. So what you got on the metal side, sir?
Well, apparently I need to start following the singer from Eve 6 on Twitter.
Okay.
You heard of that band, Eve 6?
I'm aware of them.
They had that "Here's to the Night" song. Here's to the night,
right.
We fell. That guy, and they became famous for a song called "Inside Out."
Okay,
which the singer of Eve 6 lovingly refers to as the "Heart in a Blender" song, because that's all people really remember that lyric. Put my tender heart in a blender.
Okay.
So he gets on Twitter on the 18th. And just starts going off. Just starts going off on himself. So he's like, I was literally a virgin when I wrote the Heart in a Blender song. Like, all right. Then he went on to tweet at people like Kamala Harris, Tool, Eric Trump, Axl Rose, and Hillary Duff. Do you like the Heart in a Blender song? Which Hillary Duff...
What an odd amalgam.
Yeah. To which Hillary Duff actually replied. Then he comes back with, thing is, you can't cancel me. My record sales in 2001 already did.
Oh.
Like, self-burn. Self-burn. Then he has Eve 6 is greater than Tool.
He's wrong, but
well, of course. I think even he knows he's wrong. Jeffrey Epstein probably sang along to the Heart in a Blender song at least once.
Ooh. That's... man.
Two
that's
more.
Bad. It's bad.
Eve 6 is in heavy rotation at Home Depot's. The last one is the best, though. Got to save the best for last. This is an actual little bit of a tale. The third eye blind guy, like how he just uses vagaries,
right?
Had me fake arrested by a real cop in Alabama on tour because the night before I'd taken a big jar of candy from the front desk and said, I'm the singer of Third Eye Blind. I can do whatever I want. And they called his room at 3 a.m. telling him to give the candy back.
You've been in the hospitality business. That's,
we never had a big jar of candy. And if someone took it, I'd be like, fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Take it.
Right.
Take it all. Take everything you want. I don't give a shit. And he finally fucking runs out with, I ever tell you guys about the time the guy from Third Eye Blind told me he fucked my girlfriend?
Wow, just a weird moment of full disclosure.
Yeah. Well, he's a ginger, so he's, probably a little unbalanced, to say the least.
Right.
damn, this margarita's hit me a little well.
Yeah. Now, if you're going to make a margarita right, you got to have the right shit. But no, you got to have Cointreau. I mean, triple sec's kind of the because triple sec is cheap, so people love to gravitate toward that. But man, I think Cointreau gives it that weird little complexity. But you also have to have, by the way, and don't use cheap fucking tequila. If it's not 100% blue agave, you're fucking wasting your money.
Yeah.
And giving yourself, providing a really heavy not heartache, probably a heartache, but definitely a hangover.
Yeah.
I think a lot of those all come together and it all works out. There's a weird synergy that goes on between lime and blue agave and fucking Cointreau. I mean, those are the three. And you get 2 jiggers of tequila and one of lime juice and one of Cointreau. That's how it's done.
That's the status quo for making a margarita.
Throw it into a bullet shaker, shake the living shit out of that for a solid 30 seconds or so. Pour it into into a glass with rocks in it. It's already been prepped with a little bit of salt around the rim, and there it is.
Not bad.
That's the margarita that's served at every fucking reputable Mexican restaurant in America.
I don't see nothing wrong with that, really.
Yeah.
Shit.
Except for the fact that we really have no restaurants in this state right now, technically.
Well, you gotta. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, shit. I don't know. It's so dumb to have to say that. Like, we got a restaurant to go to right now. We can buy their food and bring it home. We ain't eating out. We're eating takeout.
I've never encountered a time in my life when I've been more supported on going ahead and making that shit from scratch here at home. Because I can turn out restaurant quality food. I don't doubt that.
Oh yeah, you've done it several times.
But it's because usually if you go to restaurants, you're getting all these sides, you're getting all these garnishes, everything else. That's a pain in the ass. And whether I want to do it or not, who knows?
Right.
But generally here lately, man, if it requires me to throw together some refrieds and some rice, there I am. That's where I'm at.
It's your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Fucking those refrieds you had last week, man.
Yeah. Well, some of that's thanks to El Yucateco.
Yes, the magical liquid.
The one that Brandon tries to avoid, at least on the my end. But if you use a little bit in a huge batch of beans, nobody's going to be the wiser.
Yeah, which I have done afterwards, and I'm like, okay, this is delicious. I just don't need to act like I'm a man.
Well, you were trying to use it like it's a taco sauce.
That is true. That is true. I think that was my first mistake.
That's not where that one's produced for that reason. So, Christmas music, is there a favorite Christmas song you have? I mean, I'm not trying to put you on the spot with like a specific like artist or fucking any shit like that, but I mean, as far as music goes, because you strike me as kind of a traditionalist, but yet kind of avant-garde in some areas. And I only bring this up because I think I got a weird relationship with some really doom-sounding like Christmas music. Carol the Bells comes to mind. That one's like one of my, that's kind of one of my favorites, or anything that's kind of got a lot of minor chord in it. And there's a lot of Christmas music with minor chords in it.
Right. God, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit of a tradition. I do find that I will lean, like if I hear, which the only time I'll hear it is if I'm watching the movie, the opening track to National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
Not even the lyrics, the bass line of that song just fucking sticks in my head. And it brings joy. But only when I'm watching that fucking movie. Like, I will never seek that song out in July.
Well, why would you, right?
I got better shit to do. The Frosty the Snowman song, as a child, I dug that. I thought it was a little bit of a morbid song, but, Well,
every time I go through life thinking I've seen everything, then it turns out, no, not necessarily. Saw somebody trying to make the argument online the other day about that Frosty the Snowman is actually a song. He's a demon, and he's got to go. And it's...
Yeah, but if that's the case of the song, wouldn't it end a little more upbeat like they had won, where instead Frosty's like, don't you worry, motherfuckers, I'll be back again someday.
But is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, that's what I mean. If it's a bad thing,
it's almost like Krampus.
Then it sounds like, well, he never win. we will never win against the evil.
Yeah.
So, that is probably right up there with the Krampus song. However, the Krampus tradition, I dig more than the Elf on the Shelf tradition.
What else we got going on for the metal side of things today, Sal?
Just a whole bunch of other people's opinions as to what the best album of the year was.
I don't think anybody cares about that shit, right?
I don't give a fuck. There's really the holiday season. Music has come to a grinding fucking halt.
Well,
thankfully, the dude from Eve 6 came in and saved the day.
Alarmingly, UFC is done with events until January. I mean, after they basically made it their imperative to put on an event every fucking Saturday, no matter what, from the first Saturday in May to now.
It was a lot.
Which I appreciate it, but damn it. I also used to remember a time when I could go, God, at least we get a weekend off, right?
Right.
We haven't had one from that organization in 7 months. But we're going to get a pretty full one here until we get into January. But there was a really, really, what I thought was going to be the best card of the year last weekend, and turns out not so much.
Yeah, that one was a bit of a bummer. Bit of a bum to the close.
I mean, Jeff Neal lost, and it is what it is, I mean, that's how.
Yeah, what the fuck you gonna do, I think it's good for him that he lost.
Yeah, I do, because I think he was able to see a UFC veteran piece him up,
right? And
I think that's going to probably provide a lot of incentive moving forward. The problem I have with it is because Jeff Neal's still granted, he's this is the first time he's really kind of coming to light in the UFC. Man, that guy's not young. He's 28, 29, something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
I mean, this guy, it's not like he's the young talent in the UFC. Hey, let me ask you this. What do you think about these YouTube assholes, the Paul Logans? No. Logan Pauls.
There you go.
Yeah. Apparently, he's running around trying to get a fight with Conor McGregor, which good fucking luck because all the UFC tried that because they know that's where that payday is.
Sure, want that cheddar.
But apparently, Ben Askren went ahead and stepped up and they're going to fight that asshole in March in Los Angeles.
All right.
Well, Logan Paul, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's so far
Jake Paul. The other one.
Oh, the ne'er-do-well Paul, brother. He, yeah, man. I guess apparently he's beat a fellow YouTuber, because that's what he is. He's a YouTuber. That's how he makes his nut. He's on YouTube showing his skills and talking.
Yeah, doing a hell of a job for them childrens.
So he beat one of those guys, and he beat an NBA player, which I think is great. I would like to see what he would do against an NHL player first, but maybe not. I guess we don't get that fight. So Ben Askren is apparently going to step up. The interesting thing about that is Ben Askren's a wrestler. He's not a fucking boxer, and it's going to be a boxing match. I still like the shit out of Ben Askren on that because he's a guy who's actually been there and has had to dig down deep and utilize his championship mentality against some asshole who fucking just thinks life's a lark and you just sit around and talk on the old YouTube and you're going to make $1 million.
It's a goddamn shit show. Boxing has been a shit show for a long time, save for maybe the heavyweight division every once in a while.
All right.
Even the exhibitions are bullshit. Everything's bullshit. I see this being a boring fight on both sides.
Well, if you get a wrestler to pretend like he's a boxer, that's usually that's a harbinger of bad things.
Right, I mean, it's barely watchable for an MMA fighter to pretend he's a boxer.
Yeah.
Let alone a fucking wrestler. And Jake Paul just fucking pretends everything. So I mean, none of it's real. It's fucking gonna be a draw.
That is the one thing that Ben Askren did say that I kind of appreciate, and that's that he said, well, if you're out here pretending that you're an athlete, then I can go ahead and certainly pretend like I'm a boxer, and we'll see what happens. I thought that was great because Because he's fucking not lying. He's like, oh, really? So what? So you decided you're an athlete now, and that's how you're going to describe yourself to humanity, even though you're not technically an athlete.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shit. It ain't even about being an athlete. It's about being rich.
Well, and that's the whole thing that guy was trying to do, too, is trying to figure that he thought if he threw $50 million at Conor McGregor, then he'd get all that Conor McGregor spotlight and all this other shit and everything else. And it would actually end up paying him more than his $50 million he was going to be willing to pay to Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
This is where it's bullshit. Because, frankly, that tells me that if you have a pile of money in a time when people are homeless and people are struggling and people are dying, and you're willing to offer an Irishman $50 million to fight to try to advance your brand, that tells me you are maybe the biggest piece of shit that exists on planet fucking Earth. And I'm
Agreed.
sorry to be the guy that fucking has to lay it on the line that way. But there you go. You get fucking 6 margarita Kevin, and that's what you get. A little fucking dose, little dose of reality.
A little dozy-do around the reality round table. Yeah. But anyway, going back to the boxing, man, I don't know, man. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't even care if it was Conor. I don't care.
Well, that's the whole thing, is what they're going to have to do in order to be able to make it. There's a lot of shit that goes into a fight beyond just the two fighters in question, as we know.
Oh, sure. Right.
The amount of money on the line, the amount of money to put on an event like that means you got to get a fucking venue. That means you're going to have to, if we're still in these COVID-safe times, that means you're going to have to get a venue that's operating in that. And that means it's 5 times more expensive to fucking rent that venue than it would be any other time with a quarter of the people working and with no crowds. It doesn't make any sense to me of why somebody would want to put on that kind of a grand event. Unless you're a hoaxer, anti-masker, I'm scared to get the vaccine guy.
Yeah. Well, if you're that guy, you're just trying to make enough money so you can buy it. Skip your fucking spot in line. It just seems weird that everything that has changed just really in the past couple months during all this.
Kind of. But in some ways, many things haven't changed. I'm still going to sit around here and get a little loaded on a Friday and a Saturday.
Oh, of course, yes. Well, some things will not change.
Some things are better for it. I mean, with Dana White really trying to make a statement and rolling out an event every Saturday, going back to the first weekend in May. Okay, he made his point. But I also realized I don't have to watch every event out there. I don't have to.
Very true. Very true.
Now, there are some cards I can avoid altogether. Now, granted, that's not where we're going to set our best foot forward into January 2021, but it's there. I mean, because we're going to immediately get that Conor-Dustin Poirier fucking fight about the first pay-per-view in 2021. Right?
Yeah, it'll be because
like
we got a fight
18th?
card on the 16th, the 20th. So basically on a Saturday, a Wednesday, and a Saturday.
Yeah. Well, count me out for a Wednesday. I'm not gonna start watching fights on weird nights. I'm not.
That's one I'm gonna watch because that's one they're putting Leon and Chimaev on.
Yeah.
Gotta watch. I have to watch that fight. I have to watch and see what this fucking murderous man does.
That's what they're counting.
23rd is the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'll avoid that one, I guess. But
I'd have to see the rest of the card before I say I'm avoiding all of it.
Yeah, I mean,
because if you put together a kick-ass card, I'm not going to avoid it just because of principle.
Well, I mean, if it's held at the Apex Center, and it's when we're talking like a 6 o'clock main card start time. That starts running way too late in my bedtime hours. My sleep is more important than anything that the UFC puts together and calls it a card. My sleep. One night's sleep is more important than any of that.
Well, yeah. Well, that's putting it bluntly. But also just saying like, well, I don't feel like I have to watch. I don't feel like I have to watch either. But if a card's good, I'm going to watch it.
Sure. I mean, I'll watch the replay. I'm sure I'll see the results. They'll be waiting for me on my phone when my phone comes out of a sleep mode and Google goes, all right, here we go. Let's provide this asshole all the headlines and spoilers of everything he's been trying to avoid. It'll happen.
The one time you want the spoilers results, you ain't get shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we thought he didn't want it.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, I'm trying to look and see what the card is for that Fight Island week.
So that is going to be Fight Island, not
all
Apex.
three. That's why they're doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why they're doing it that way. They're fucking fisting all these fight cards into 7 days.
I heard, actually, they're going to be trying to put one on ABC, which is great, except the problem is UFC hadn't considered this. Your fucking cord cutters around the country that are in rural areas, they're not going to watch that. I could watch it in my bedroom, I guess.
Yeah, shit, my grandmother could watch it.
You know, I mean, I could always buy one of those little small tuners out here for the living room for one event, or not, and just roll forward and call it good.
See, it's all about having options, options and goals.
Options, goals. Well, my goal is to have a few options on the liquor tonight. That where we're at, or you got some more MMA related material?
You know, I got to be honest. Let's shut this shit down.
Yeah.
Let's go have a couple Chardonnay margarita sandwiches.
2020's been a little fucked up, yeah.
Yeah, I want to have me one more little snifferoonie of that Blackened.
Yeah,
top notch.
Give a little try on that,
and then have enough to get ready to go work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I got one more day. Usually it's you saying, well, I got one more day before I can really hang out.
Right.
Shoes on the other foot. Now,
yep. It's been that way for actually a few weeks. My December's been an easy month, I'll say.
That is true. It's been rocking. Been rocking.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and make the picks. What are we drinking tonight?
Color My World Blackened.
Yeah.
Bump.
Drinking the old margaritas as they are. As they're fun.
They are great. That last little sip though can really punch you right in the dick and balls.
It has that. To it. All right, listening. Listening. What you listening to? By the way, Christopher Lee, long may he
reign.
Long may reign. I always did some great Christmas music. I think for several years in a row. If you're into metal and Christmas music.
Yeah, I think he put out like 2, right? 2
I
full
thought it was
albums?
3.
3 shit.
It might have been 2, but I don't know.
2 Christmas albums and an album. Something like that.
It's that dude was like in his late 80s, right?
Yeah.
Cranking that shit out. Yeah,
right.
Good for him.
Fucking A. Fight pick.
Well, there are no fights, right?
No. Best fight of 2000 you can remember right off the bat.
Man, I would say actually the that fucking was that God damn it, that was Kevin Holland, wasn't it? That had that
one of 5 Kevin Holland victories we saw this year.
Yeah. I mean, that guy.
Actually, I would call that guy the fighter of the year.
I think so.
5-0, 5 fights in a calendar year.
I think
who does that anymore?
I think that's pretty huge.
And,
I mean, Chaos Williams, but I mean, he got kind of. But that guy needed to have a loss in order to get his fucking feet under him again, too. So
yeah, I feel like some of Jeff Neal, man, get that loss to a talented guy under your belt.
Yeah.
And then go forward and fucking fix all the gaps.
That's right.
Good thing to do. Fucking honorable mention to Joaquin Buckley.
Buckley with that crazy ass knockout of the year. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really kind of interested to see what that guy has going forward into 2021. So, but.
Apparently a Gray Maynard fight.
All right.
Since he won't say his name, we'll say it.
Closing her out. No metal this time. It's country and western.
Western.
It's Wheeler Walker Jr. and little power ballad to get you into your holidays.
Dedicated to y'all because we love you.
Well, I hope he does it for you, but if not, then you call me up, darling, please. Fuck you, bitch, you broke my heart. Fuck your friends, tearing us apart.
Fuck your dog. Hope he never comes home. Fuck you, bitch.
Hope you wind up alone.
Fuck you, bitch. Hope you wind up laying alone.
Peace out.
Happy 2020, everybody.